Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I have a very special video for you today. You're gonna learn a lot of things you didn't know. I can guarantee you that. You're gonna see the data that took me hours upon hours to collect and compile and give you the results in the end. Today we're gonna learn which biomes are the best for mining every single resource in the game. And it's not gonna be based on my opinion. It's gonna be based on hours of testing and data. A lot of people think that Vytalis mines are the best place to mine for metals, and I honestly don't understand where this comes from. This was honestly the reason why I made this video is because I hear everywhere when people asking, "Oh, what's the best place to mine for irons?" People send them to the mines. It makes sense, right? Well, I disagreed with it, and I decided to give you proof why I think Vytalis Mines is probably the worst place to mine for metals, and today I got this proof delivered straight to you. Also, in the end of this video, I'm gonna open these 3 furniture bags, and hopefully we're gonna get some extra rare items, so stick around till the end, because this is gonna be a juicy one. First, I want to start by showing how I did the testing. So, I have mined 50 rocks in every single biome, plus Vytalis Mine. So I mined 450 rocks. And all the things that I mined from a certain biome, I put in a chest. This chest is located in every biome, and it has the contents of 50 rocks. You can see some footage right now playing on the screen of me running around and mining. I mine 5 rocks at a time, 10 times. I do like a whole loop for every biome, so I basically put all the items from that biome in a chest, and in the end, I put all of the data that I've collected into the spreadsheet, because it's going to be much easier to digest this data. And trust me, I was surprised by the data. It did confirm a few things for me, but it also changed my perspective on a couple of things as well. So, for example, I was absolutely sure that Glade of Trust and Forgotten Lands were the best places to mine for iron. And one of them is, but one of them isn't at all, even though if you're just mining them once in a while, it feels like you're getting a lot of iron from both. But the difference is staggering. And in a second, you're going to find out what's the best place to mine for iron, what's the best place to mine for gold, the best place to mine for stone, coal, gems, if you're into gems. There is a few crafting recipes for them, but you need tons more iron, gold, stone, and coal than you need gems anyway. So here we go. I compiled the contents of every single chest into this spreadsheet. Let's move to the spreadsheet. I put all the data into the same spreadsheet I used for farming. It's right here, so it's just another tab. I'm going to link the spreadsheet in the description. Before we begin, before we dive into it, I really want to ask you to subscribe to this channel and like this video, because it took me, I think, about 4 hours to do all the mining. 450 rocks mined, every single drop cataloged into this table, and I proved what I set out to prove. Vytalis Mines is absolutely garbage for mining. Absolutely no reason to go there for any point, and let me get into why. So I have a few columns here. We have gems, we have big gems. By big gems, I mean the pristine gems. All gems, in case you want the place best for mining all of the gems. We have stone, we have coal, crystals. In my opinion, crystals are absolutely worthless. So that's why places that have high amounts of crystals are going to be very bad for mining. Iron, gold, all metals, if you just care about getting as much iron and gold together. Onyx is there just as a bonus, because I wanted to include it, but I feel like it's completely random anyway. And we have all drops. So first thing that I want to point to is that if you look at the all drops column, it's incredibly close for every single biome, except Dazzle Beach. I don't know what happened to the Dazzle Beach, but that place underperformed tremendously. Maybe I just got super unlucky on Dazzle Beach. Or maybe somehow I missed one loop. It's possible. I don't think it happened, but it's possible. But it's probably just me being completely unlucky in this place. So Dazzle Beach has the lowest amount of items dropped. The highest amount of items dropped was split between Glade of Trust and Forgotten Lands. But honestly, they're also close. if we discount Dazzle Beach as a freak accident, all drops are in range between 204 and 236. So I would say the way this game's drop rates work is you get pretty much similar amount of drops from every single biome. It's which drops inside that amount you get is going to be defining on it's going to be the defining difference. Some biomes will give you more of a certain resource and less of another certain resource. So first of all, let's sort by all drops. We're going to sort, and we see that Dazzle Beach, Vytalis Mines are incomplete bottom, like very, very bad. And that's Vytalis Mines consistent with what I'm getting from actually mining in there. I hate mining in there. You barely get any drops, and the most drops that you get are crystals. Now let's sort by crystals. This one is interesting. So you get the most crystals, pretty much the same amount of crystal from Vytalis Mines and Forgotten Lands. I know they're used in a few recipes. Vytalis Mines, as far as I know, only used the crystals only used in the terrible potion that you put on your watering can, which is, in my opinion, absolutely worthless. And you're gonna be capped by the rich soil much more than you're gonna have be capped by Vytalis crystals. So, in my opinion, just because almost half, okay, 1/3, more than 1/3 of all the drops that you get from Vytalis Mines are gonna be crystals. So, if you sort by metal, you're gonna see soon Vytalis Mines is very, very, very low on the list. Forgotten Lands, for the same reason, is a terrible place to mine because it mostly gives you crystals. Third of all drops is going to be crystals, which is, again, they're used in a couple of recipes, but you will not need incredible amounts of them like you will need any other resources that you get from mining. So let's sort by all metals. Which is the best biome to mine for a good assortment of both metals? And it's gonna be Frosted Heights. Frosted Heights yielded absolutely ridiculous amount of gold. Basically, almost every single metal drop you get is gold. You get very little stone. You only get 3 stones. I got 3 stones from 50, mining 50 rocks in Frosted Heights. And I got 38 coal, which is pretty decent. Most of the things that drop in Frosted Heights is gold. So if you're farming gold, and also one thing that I love about Frosted Heights is how close all the rocks are. They're literally against one wall and one is slightly to the corner. So it's the most easiest place to mine. The rocks are super close to each other. So right now I'm going to give you number 1. For gold, for metals, if you want both metals, you do get a little bit of iron. Like, you got 9 iron ingots from 50 rocks, but you get mostly gold. But the ease of mining in this place, if you want mostly gold and a little bit of iron, Frosted Heights, best place to mine by far. Also, this data can be used to compile a route. You can have 3 biomes in your route, and if you mine all of the rocks in each biome, in 3 biomes, when you go back, it's going to respawn. So you only need 3 biomes in infinite mining route. So if you're into that, you can use this data to select 3 biomes that satisfy your resource needs the most. Now, for gold, absolute winner, Frosted Heights. Let's see who came close for the second place. It's going to be Sunlit Plateau. Sunlit Plateau gives you a decent amount of gold, and it's honestly a decent mix. You get, again, mostly gold, much more gold than iron, but the ratio is much more closer, which means if you want more close spread between iron and gold, I still don't think Sunlit Plateau is a good place, because it basically gives you neither one and neither the other. So if you want both gold and iron, you probably should pick Frosted Heights, and then pick, let's see, Glade of Trust, which is superior in it's pretty much Glade of Trust is your Frosted Heights, but for iron. It gives you ridiculous amount of iron. You get, again, some coal, barely any stone, some gems, but you mostly get iron. So if you're hunting for iron, there is no better place than Glade of Trust. Forest of Valor came second, but it's not as close as I thought. I honestly thought that Forest of Valor and Glade of Trust had the same drop rates for iron, but it's not even close. The thing is, you get way more stone from Forest of Valor, about the same amount of coal. So basically, the stone to iron ratio is slightly different. And look at the Vytalis Mines. Vytalis Mines came actually in the middle, pretty much for iron. 30, it's decent. For gold, it came very, very last. Like, for gold, Vytalis Mines are terrible. For metals, it's in the middle. So the average, if we can sort by all metals, Vytalis Mines comes number 4. 4th place for mining metals. Slightly above Forest of Valor and Forgotten Lands, but slightly. I would say it's pretty much the same, because there's always going to be margin of error with any randomized numbers. All right, for example, you like cooking, you want to get as much coal as possible. Well, let's see who's the winner here. Here it's pretty close. I would say Peaceful Meadow, Plaza, and Forest of Valor are gonna be the top 3. Glade of Trust as well. I would say they're close enough to each other. Probably Peaceful Meadow and Plaza are going to be number 1. And then Forest of Valor and Glade of Trust is going to be number 2. So they're pretty close to each other. Maybe even Dazzle Beach. Throw it inside that. So if you want the most amount of coal, Peaceful Meadow and Plaza. And incidentally, those 2 biomes give you the most amount of stone. Simply because you don't get any metals, any crystals. And you still get the same amount of total drops as from any other biome. So you get way more stone and coal. So if you're crafting a bunch of paths, and if you are into cooking, then mining in Plaza and Peaceful Meadow is going to be... it's going to be beneficial for you. Again, Dazzle Beach, I don't know why. It falls short on pretty much anything. You do get decent amount of stone, but not even close to Plaza and Meadow. So there's literally no reason to mine in Dazzle Beach at all. Now, gems... Again, I have so many gems at this point, I never have to mine for them again. People say it's a money-making method. Yes, maybe in the first day in your game, but after you unlock Forest of Valor, Glade of Trust, you can make farming so much more beneficial than mining. Stones don't sell for that much, and in my opinion, the best use for gems is to give it to your buddies to level them up faster. They give you more experience than flowers. And if you have a lot of gems, just use them to level up your friendships. Especially with characters like Ursula, which you cannot hang out with. Also, surprisingly, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, Dazzle Beach and Forgotten Lands gave me the most amount of pristine gems. I don't know if it was probably accident. I also notice every biome has 2 gems, right? Every biome has higher chance to give you a specific gem. So, for example, let me. I actually probably should have put it in a spreadsheet. But if you look at Glade of Trust, you can see you get way more of the citrine than you get emerald. So, if you want a citrine, it's definitely going to be Glade of Trust. I'm gonna quickly show you which gem is prevalent in which biome. In Dazzle Beach, it's actually incredibly close. I don't think there is a difference. You get both gems, Peridot and Aquamarine, in about the same ratios. At least I did. Plaza, you get... From my testing before, I also noticed you get way more of the red than Peridot. So if you want... Which one is it? Garnet. If you want more Garnet, mine in Plaza, it's about equal... in Meadows, it's about equal in Plaza. Not much difference, but those are not good places to mine gems anyway. If the starting biomes are pretty low for gems for some reason. You get way more emerald in Forest of Valor. So even though it says emerald, you can get it from Glade of Trust or Forest of Valor. Forest of Valor gonna give you way more of them. And the Aquamarine... you're probably better off mining on a beach because you get very little of it from the forest. In Frosted Heights, you get way more of amethyst than you get tourmaline, which is nice to know. But in Forgotten Lands, actually it's about equal. But I guess it's better to use it for diamond, because I think that's the only biome where diamond can even spawn. And for the Sunlit Plateau, we get way more tourmaline that we get citrine. So this data can be used when choosing the biome to mine for the star path, when they ask you to mine a certain amount of specific item. All right, so let's really quickly, I'm going to make my own ranking for the biomes for mining in general. And we're going to start, so let's say there's 9 biomes. I'm going to count Vytalis Mines as a biome. The last one, I'm going to sort them by, let's say, by all metals, because that's pretty close to what I want to rank it with. The worst biome to mine, and no reason to mine ever whatsoever, in my opinion, is Dazzle Beach. It's going to be last place number 9. No reason whatsoever. Unless you need a specific gem for the star path. But other than that, do not ever mine in Dazzle Beach. Worst place. Second worst place, sadly, is going to be Vytalis Mines. Number 8. It's only good if you, for some reason, need to get Vytalis crystals. If you want to mine for anything else, or a gem, if you need ruby or sapphire, that's the only place to get them. But again, after you got whatever you need maybe for crafting, never go back there. It's a terrible place to mine. Plaza and Peaceful Meadow, in my opinion, are gonna be places 7 and 6. I have no idea. Like, for me, they're pretty much equal. They're equal in stone, they're equal in coal, they're pretty much equal in gems. So they're completely equal. So places 6 and 7, Peaceful Meadow and Plaza. Since they don't have any metals, since they don't have, they don't have any metals, but they still have their place if you need to mine a lot of stone and coal. Place number 5. You know what? My bad. Scratch that. Place number, so 9, Dazzle Beach, 8, Vytalis Mines, 7, Forgotten Lands. Forgotten Lands, only crystals. Everything else is very limited. Terrible place. Now, 6 and 5 are gonna be Plaza and Peaceful Meadows. Now, we get into top 4. Number 4 is going to be Forest of Valor. It's going to be number 4 because it doesn't give you any gold, and the iron is the lowest out of all of the biomes except Forgotten Lands. And it just gives you a decent mix of stone and coal. I mean, it's not a terrible place to mine. It all depends on what you want. If you want to, like, a little bit of everything except gold, it's a decent place to mine, but I still think you're going to be better off with other biomes. Number 3 is going to be Sunlit Plateau. To mine, you can get a little bit of iron, a lot of gold, barely get any coal or stone, but it's a decent mix. You get, if you want both, it's a decent mix of both. You're going to be getting, like, in total, about the same amount of iron and gold that you're getting from a Glade of Trust. If you want both, definitely include it into your mining route. Number 2 is going to be Glade of Trust because it gives you the best source of iron by far. If you want iron, go mine Glade of Trust. The only thing I don't like about Glade of Trust is how far in between all the rocks are located. So it's going to take slightly more time. Just for that, I'm probably going to move Glade of Trust to place number 3. Yeah, I think it's fair. Number 3, Glade of Trust. Number 2 is going to be Sunlit Plateau. But the best of the best, absolutely godly biome to mine in, is going to be Frosted Heights. All rocks are close together. The highest amount of metals. You get decent amount of coal. No stone. The least amount of stone. But there's other places to mine stone for. So in my opinion, Frosted Heights has to be in your route. But again, your route is going to depend on what are you looking for. If you want specifically iron and no gold whatsoever, then sure, go for Glade of Trust, Forest of Valor, and maybe Sunlit Plateau. If you want only gold, just look at this table and decide your own route. I think this is going to be very useful for people who don't like mining but still need to mine for certain crafting recipes and want to be the most efficient with their mining route. And now, as I promised, in the end, we're going to open 3 furniture bags. And I want... No, that's not what I want. I want a godly item. Please. Please, game. Please, give me something that I can use. Something that I want to... Oh, God, this is horrible. That is absolutely trash. Come on. Come on, let me be lucky. Let me be one of those people on Reddit. What is this trash? No! Oh my god, what a scam. I didn't get a single super cool items. Even though 2 of them were actually new items. Interesting. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if it was useful for you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Disney Dreamlight Valley content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.